Hey guys, I'm going to show you something really cool today that I've been putting together for a minute now with my Line 6 Helix. So I have my Line 6 Helix with a Torpedo Reload and my Mesa Mini Rectifier 25 that I've been able to put together in a hybrid setup. On screen I've got HX Edit to show you the signal path. So I've got my guitar running into this. From my guitar, it is going into an effects loop 3, which is just distortion. I have my TS9 running into a bias distortion pedal that I can just turn on and off, for boost and all that stuff. From there, we're going into a noise gate because TS9s are noisy. Noise gate to send 1. Send 1 I'm sending out to the front of my guitar amplifier, which in this case is a guitar amp and my Line 6 HX effects pedal. I've got that running in 4-cable method, but for the sake of keeping things simple, my send 1 is going to the front of the amp. One important thing to note here that a lot of people, I should say no one talked about when I was doing my research to figure out how to put this all together myself, was the send and dry through on your send 1. When you're sending out to your amp, you want to make sure that you keep your send level at 0 dB, make sure that that's untouched, but your dry through needs to be brought down. That is going to be at the same level as your send, and it is a clean guitar signal that will play over the top of your dirty guitar signal. And man, it took me a long time to figure out exactly what the heck was going on there. So when you're sending to the front of the amp, make sure that your send stays where it's at, but turn off that dry through. Just grab that, drag it all the way down. I have it just as far down as it can go there. From the amp, we are coming out of the speaker out to go back into the Torpedo Reload to load the amp down to line level. From the Torpedo Reload, we are going into the Line 6 Helix again, back into the return 1. I will show you here. Up top, I have my signal path here running into path 2A. That is not totally necessary. Before I was using this with an amp patch, so we're going to kind of ignore this. Go to return 1, coming off of the Torpedo Reload back into the Helix. This is the amp with no cab simulation to it. So what we're going to do from there, I will show this in a second. This is pretty cool. We're going to split the signal off of the amp. From there, I've got 2 IRs, my main IR being a Beta 57A capture that I did myself and an SM57 capture. These meet right here. So the importance of this, imagine your amp signal is coming off of this. You want a clean split so that way one IR and the other IR are both getting a clean amp signal to meet after they have been affected by the IR block. This is really important because you don't want to run IR and IR into one another. You'll get some weird, crazy colored sound, and it is more than likely not what you want. So do it this way and you can blend and get all sorts of cool stuff, have totally different IRs in each one of them, and this is where they meet in the middle. From there, I've got just delay and reverb. Let's go back to this. This is actually pretty fun. So my effects loop 4 is my delays and modulation. I have a bias delay and a bias modulation pedal in that loop. It's just a lot of fun. I can turn this on. I use this for choruses and flangers and all sorts of stuff, which I have to turn on. Get some delay and some verb. It's pretty cool, but yeah, that is my setup, and it's really cool because you can just drag and drop so many things, with your effects loops, with your amps. Everything is modular you know, and that you can just kind of pull one unit, drop something else into it. You know, if you wanted to try a different amplifier, all you would have to do is pull the input and the effects loop on it, drop a new amp in, 3 cables, and you're good to go. This is like one of the coolest things. I don't know yet if I've mentioned it in this video, but Pete Thorne, thank you so much. Because that was the person that got me started on this adventure. Without his information, I probably would not have been able to understand what the heck I was looking at as far as like all the ins and outs, you know, how to route this thing and put it together. But with his videos and his, I don't know, just his videos, man, they got me going. So I don't know, hopefully this is helpful. I know for me this was a nightmare, and I don't know, hopefully for the next individual that has to go through this and watch this, this is going to be some useful information for you. But I'll stop yapping. Thank you so much.